Welcome back to Color Class. I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
And we are back with our series of the power of one change.
Now, one little change.
Yes, we started off with lipsticks. Next, we're going into brows, and we're keeping the neutral theme going.
Kinda, yeah. We do love our neutral colors. Let me just start with the story.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a family member who got her brows tattooed, and she's a redhead. And they tattooed her brows to be the same color as her hair.
Yes.
It was an unfortunate situation. I mean, even now, I advise her to play those things down.
Yes.
And with blondes, I don't even want to tell you, because if you go out and you buy a blonde brow pencil,
and it goes green.
It'll be green. It will. No,
Yes.
I'm telling you, it will be green.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they call it taupe,
Usually,
you know, or blonde. But if you open it and start putting it on your face, it's green.
Yeah.
And look, I'm telling you, go look.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's almost like the brow business only cares about two kinds of people: people with black hair and people with dark brown hair, because the rest of them, they just miss it big time. And we're here to talk to you about how to fix that problem.
And I'm a really great example of this, because even though my hair, my blue outfit is not doing my hair justice, I have very warm red hair.
And I'm sure all of you viewers will tell her that her blue outfit is not doing her hair.
Yes. I totally understand. This outfit is not doing any justice to my hair. That's why I pulled it back today. It's going to look very brown on camera. But if I were to wear like a green shirt, it would go very red. I have an auburny color hair. But today it's not going to do that because I'm wearing blue, which is a cool color. So it's shifting my hair cooler. That's a whole side topic. But I do not use red brows whatsoever. If you look at my brow color, I actually use an eyeshadow, and I use a neutral brown shade. I do not, and I have made the mistake of the red brow.
Oh my gosh.
I have been a victim.
And the thing is, you go out and you say, I need to, especially since this big brow craze came along, you're like, I need to play up my brows. I'm reading these magazine articles that are saying play up your brows. And you go out and you look at the colors that are, available for, oh yeah, there was my situation. Okay, I'll tell you that in a minute. So play up your brows, and then you see auburn. She gets an auburn pencil.
Oh, it's so bad.
Oh no, she looked like, who is that skateboarder? That not a skateboarder. It's on snow. The board thing on snowboard.
Oh, Sean White.
Yes. Oh, it was unfortunate. And
it was so red against my neutral skin tone too. If you have really, really warm skin tone, then it has the ability to work. I still wouldn't recommend it, because you would need like extreme warmth. But even if you are slightly warm, it just doesn't, because remember, the color it's going to look like it's like somebody wearing a bright orange lipstick. It's going to look too intense.
And even if it's too intense and it's like a great match to your hair, that's not what happens naturally with brows. Brows don't get as intense as your hair because there's less hair here than here. So the hair is a function of your color. So the more hair you have, the more solid your color is. But you get up here and there's not as much hair. I used to have red hair, and I went through all that same emotion. And then when my hair went gray, what do you do? What do you do with the gray hair? Well, so I tried a tattoo. I got my brows tattooed, and they did them. And I didn't look that great.
They faded very fast. I remember the tattooing fading almost immediately.
Yeah, thank goodness, because what I would do is they used the only thing they had, which was a black. But And they did that. And so I would cover it with powder or foundation to bring it down so I didn't look like Groucho Marx. It was bad. Then I went to microblading, and I was much happier with the microblading. But when you get your eyebrows microbladed, they'll say, do you want red? Do you want taupe? Do you want brown? Or do you want black? And I said, no, 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 no. I ended up getting black because it was a lot easier for me to dust that down a little bit than to, try to deal with these headlights, around my eyeball.
I will say that first day was...
It was frightening. It was. But in my defense, that not only was there the color that she put in with the microblading, there was also the flaming red skin around,
right?
From being razor bladed,
right.
So it wasn't it wasn't my best look.
Your brows turned out so good. I love the depth. I love how much it comes and brings in the darker hair in your back. It turned out so good.
Well, I was happy with it, and of course, when it's time to touch them up, you will have to touch them up, and I'll touch these up.
I wouldn't do it anytime soon.
Right, I'm not going to.
Yeah,
because they faded nicely into what I kind of need as a woman with gray hair, because don't buy a gray brow pencil.
Again, it will shift.
It will be weird. It'll look like you put for me, when I got the gray eye pencil, it looked like I'd taken my kid's crayon and kind of crayoned it on or used pastel. It was just wrong, because if you look at gray-haired women, now silver-haired women, gray-haired women, their brows are either whitish or they're much darker than their hair. I like going darker with a gray hair. It looks a lot better.
I think your brows turned out so good.
My little girl, my daughter, what's she gonna say? Mom, your brows are horrible.
No,
she never does that.
Okay, when they were first done, I was like, oh no.
But she never told me that.
They faded beautifully. They're perfect now.
She never told me that. Yeah. But so point is, we went all around, and we probably should have hit the points like nice and organized and whatever. But I don't do that.
We don't do that around here.
So depending on your hair color, you're going to get a lot better result if you're a brunette or if you have brown hair, because the industry is built around you.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, there is a color that can be found in the business, and it's called neutral brown. You can find it with e.l.f. And you can find it with some very high-end manufacturers.
Like Anastasia, it's very popular in the brow industry. Benefit.
Neutral brown. Now, that neutral brown is really nice for gray hair, for her brows. I personally, if I'm just giving you a tip, they're gray brown. It's like the mascara applicator.
Oh, yeah.
Works like a charm.
Oh, the pomade stuff. Guys, I have horror stories of that. You're over here use that. Oh, you know what's so funny? The other day, my husband was going through photos. He was looking for a photo of something. I don't even remember. But he stumbled upon my brow pomade era. And he goes, Sarah, what is happening here? Look at what these photos did to make your... And I was like, that was my brow pomade era. And he's like, what? This isn't the photo? And I'm like, no, sir. You let me go out like that.
Let me just give you a application tip. Ways to do this. Yeah.
This was years ago. I've learned
and the whole Vaseline on the brow. People are desperate for content for magazines and beauty. If you really read into the beauty magazines and think about them logically, because that's what we're here to do, it's not, there's never going to be a tip that's like the greatest tip ever, except here, and I'm going to give it to you. That product that is like a brush. Oh, Benefit has a nice neutral brown too.
I'm still hiding from my brow pomade era.
If we can, we'll post a picture.
Why would we do that?
For fun, because I'm evil.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, use what is that called?
Pomade?
No, with the mascara brush.
What are you talking about? A brow pencil?
No, it's like a mascara, only it's for brows. That's the best product out there.
Oh, a brow wax?
No.
Brow gel?
No. I use it. I like the e.l.f. one, but a bunch of other manufacturers have them too. Only if they have a neutral brown. Try that. It's called Brow Wow, isn't it?
Their brow gel.
Their brow gel for e.l.f. It's inexpensive, so you can try it out, see if it works for you. Apply it as heavy as you want. What's nice about this is it kind of will place your brows, and you don't have to worry too much about drawing on a brow because
Gives you a little extra color if you get the tinted one.
Tinted brow gel is the thing in neutral brown. Now, let's say Sarah mentioned something, and we make questions about it. She uses powder, and she may use powder brow gel, she may use brow powder, but you can also use eyeshadow.
That's what I use as eyeshadow.
Now, you're going to say to us, well, won't it just rub off? Won't it just go away? Not if you use clear brow gel in the neutral brow product.
Yeah.
Only it's clear. It's like clear gel. It acts as a sealer to any color that you put on your brows.
That's what I use. I use a brown eyeshadow from, oh my goodness, Too Faced, and I use the NYX Professional brow glue, and I use it in, I want to say I use it in dark brown. So there you go.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So powder, if needed, and then go over it with either neutral brown in the brow gel or clear. Those of you who've done like just stellar work on your brows with your powders and a little bit of fine tuning with your pencils, whatever, it works just like hair gel. In fact, it is hair gel. That's a secret, industry secret. It's hair gel.
I'm still tormented about my brows, my pomade era.
All right, she'll show you her pomade era. It was rough. I mean, it was
bad.
And if you think about all the products that are out there that you have to choose between, and when you choose between them, you have to buy them. So if you buy a brow pencil, you buy a smaller brow pencil. They went from big fat brow pencils to smaller brow pencils to micro teeny tiny brow pencils to wedge brow pencils. So you got to try all those. So you bought 4 brow pencils. Then you got to look at pomade. You got to look at brow cream.
And we should say, these products there is some correlation between your clarity. So if you are really high contrast, then pomades are going to be great. If you are soft and dusty like us, a soft and dusty formula like a powder is going to be better. Or a tinted gel, because you're not applying a ton of product. Me being the softie that I was, applying pomade, oh my goodness, did not work. But me being the softie that I am, applying brows and tints, perfection. Well, now that we've gone completely off topic, back to when you are going for your brow color, we highly recommend neutral brows. Yes, so don't go too warm, don't go too cool. You can get away with a little warmth, a little coolness here and there depending on your skin tone, but again, your skin is wrapping your brows, so we're trying to find that neutrality with your skin tone, just like blush and lipstick.
When you see shade names like auburn, straw,
I wouldn't even,
it's yellowish brown, and blonde goes green. It just does. Just, you can buy them, you can return them, but they'll be something that doesn't represent the best you that you can be.
Hop on over to Patreon. We'd love to chat with you there. Also, if you would like to support us in any way, YouTube
anyway,
membership,
whatever.
Yes, YouTube memberships. You can become a member here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, do all the things here on YouTube. And lastly, I'm Sarah.
I'm Lucinda.
This has been another color class, and we'll see you in our next video.